Hello, Strength Matters. Welcome to Whiteboard Wednesdays. My name is Phil McDougall.
And I'm Scott Olson. Thanks for joining us.
And this is an opportunity for us to offer as much as we can in terms of training principles and training ideas to help you become the best version of yourself. Today we're going to talk about one of the first component of human movement, or the first human movement pattern, locomotion. Throughout the series of us diving into human movement patterns, what we're going to do is give you all of the exercises and movements that fit under the locomotion umbrella. The point of the Whiteboard Wednesday will be to put them on a continuum to basically help you understand how important it is to work on the basics before you get down to the advanced, and then eventually we'll come up with a program that anybody can kind of fit into the basics and make kind of a program out of it, with the end goal of helping them get further down the continuum. Just a little bit about locomotion.
Yeah.
Locomotion is a movement pattern.
It's a movement pattern that is taking us through space. So, and regardless of any limitation, any habituation or pattern that we have, if we're moving through space, this is the realm of locomotion that can be done on land. It can be done literally off land, diving through space like an acrobatic. It can be done in the water. So this is the dynamic world we're living in, even though a lot of us don't often push past the comfort zone of walking. But there's so many dynamic ways to be in this world. And Phil just added tumbling and even the ability to get back up off the ground. But let's look at some of these things here, because we've mentioned this concept of walking, which most of us are capable of doing, barring injury, trauma, etc. But really, let's go back in time to look at some basic human development. And what am I seeing? I'm seeing, for example, crawl as being part of that.
What we could do is split the continuum into basic level stuff, super advanced level stuff, not super, and then the middle zone. So you kind of got basic level stuff, creeping, crawling. Okay. Middle zone. Any more basics?
Basics, and I'm thinking not just what we're capable of, but what starts to happen as a baby develops. Rolling, being able to roll from front to back and back to front.
Yeah, because that rolling pattern is you're still using that same contralateral myofascial line from hip to shoulder, same way as walking, same way as lunging, same way as kind of everything in the locomotion family. Okay, then advanced. So I'm just going to straight in and say.
So advanced, we got sprinting. Yep.
High level climbing. We're not saying you can't climb unless you are a super advanced person. We're talking free climbing.
Right.
Talking
competitive swimming, free diving, the ability to even on the acrobatic level of going through space in a very ballistic, dynamic way.
Mm-hmm. I've got loaded carries. I don't know where those would fit. Anyway, so then that leaves us the middle zone. Walking. Everybody's in the middle zone. Everybody can walk. Tumbling. Marching.
Nice.
Oh, jumping down here now. Question is, we're not talking jumping because in the hinge movement, that's a jumping hinge. We're talking as though you're jumping over boulders. You're still in the gait pattern. You're bounding. Maybe bounding would be a better word than jumping.
Great.
Say.
So it's just being able to get from object to object, even if that is on the ground. But really, locomotion again is how are we moving through space?
Yeah. So, conversation to have is why are we putting all these and categorizing them? The problem is there are a lot of people doing these. In fact, most people are just walking. But the problems occur when people try to do these and then they get injured. And one thing they all have in common, generally, when they get injured, is when people like Scott assess them, is when we go back to basics, they can't crawl. So I've been teaching people crawling for many years, and most men over 50, women are a lot more coordinated generally, but most men over 40 or 50 who've been sitting behind a desk for most of their lives, try to get them to do a basic crawling pattern, and they just can't do it. It's like, if I'm saying to them, lift up your right hand at the same time as the left knee, they'll do, they'll tick-tock, and they've completely lost that neural pathway from their brain to the contralateral oblique sling system. It's just completely gone to sleep. So
this, by the way, is that concept of anti-rotation. A lot of people have lost the ability to stabilize their body as they move through space, especially when you put them in unexpected positions. And for adult, crawling and even creeping and rolling are things some people haven't done in years. So not only do we have a lot to explore from that realm, but realistically, when we're looking at advanced movement patterns, running distance, running, sprinting, climbing, etc., we have to ask, does this person even have the basics?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Yeah. It's like jogging. Where did I read it? I read somewhere, I can find out and give it to you if you need to know, but jogging and running are statistically the most dangerous activities. How many joggers and runners are injured for most of the year round? Or, I can't remember where I read it. It's some of Kelly Starrett's work, I think. But anyway, so if you think of all the people that injure themselves jogging, my go-to is going straight back into creeping and crawling. I was at a sprint workshop with expert sprinter Franz Schneidman, and I think he was telling me about the way that the primal movement guys and the original strength guys who spend and have spent for years a lot of time just crawling around on the floor and getting the basics right, their sprinting mechanics were phenomenal. He has to do very little work and bang, they're sprinting.
Yeah. Because
they're spending time on the floor, so on that the basics. I've seen so many 40, 50-year-olds who into triathlon, they come to me and they want to get faster at triathlon. They've got their expensive bikes, they've got their sperm helmets. And when I'm trying to sell this to them, they're like, "What? No, I'm here to run." No, we need to take a step back. You need to crawl. You have to crawl before you can walk, and before you even consider going on to these things. Just to finish off, I guess the point of all of this is to just help you understand that there is a continuum to every movement pattern, and every able-bodied person can start somewhere along the line. And if at any point it's your goal or pastime to do anything down the bottom, then you have to have this dialed in and squared away, otherwise you're asking for injury and there's a big hole in your training. Okay.
That's brilliant. I think that handles today's topic on locomotion. So once again, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Peace out.